How's it, guys?
Good
Hello,
good
Mark.
morning,
Hello,
everybody.
everybody. I'm just going to spotlight Grant and Mark and myself.
Cool. Thanks, Rafili.
Actually, don't spotlight Mark with those teeth.
I love them.
What were you saying about my teeth?
I know they're stunning. You've had a good.
Beautiful, Mark.
I've been brushing like crazy, just trying to get ready for December.
Well, Santa mustn't bring you more candy.
He's had a really good year for his dentistry.
I love the analogy of the teeth and mental health, guys, because I was thinking the other day, like, can you imagine if the toothbrush was never invented? Can you imagine if like it was still to come, but we were all meditating every day, like we were doing mindfulness practices every day, but the toothbrush was, and then like HR complaints because they say, man, in the meetings in our business, it's smelly because people's breath really stinks and like they're looking terrible. So bring in the dentists like once a month into Towers or in Santon. We're gonna drill, we're gonna clean, and then people are lining up every once a month to get that fixed. I mean, it would be ridiculous, right? It would be and actually that's what mental health has always been up until the mindful revolution, because a lot of the time people wait until a crash, for that support. But I mean, we don't need to do that. We can do our little mental floss every day and make sure that we're okay. So I'm not going to ramble on anymore. Let me upload the slides. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Where are my slides? There we go. This is one of the last sessions of the year. I know I'm still doing a Thrive Circles next week, but I think Rafili, Grant, let me just double check microphones. Please, guys, be mindful of as you enter. Oh my goodness, we got quite a nice number and it's climbing. I'm quite surprised at this time of year. I thought you guys would already be lying on the beach. These apps of people, they've got so much money. They go from one holiday to the next, don't they? I'm super joined by my colleagues today, and I don't know if we've ever done a session like this together. So I'm like super excited about this. I've been excited about this from the day I heard, and I welcome in Rafilwe and Grant, and I'm going to check in with Rafilwe first. Rafilwe, how are you today?
I am comme ci, comme ça, right? As the French would say. Very excited that we're drawing towards the end of the year. Very excited that I've been so nice to Chris that he hasn't given me sessions next week. I don't know what you've done, Mark, but I get to rest after this week. But I'm quite exhausted. I'm exhausted. But there's also a huge sense of accomplishments. I know that that one of the things I love to do is reflect. So it's been really good balance to help counter my exhaustion, because as I sit and I'm saying I'm tired, it's been a long year. It's balanced out by just the reflections of what has made me tired. And most of it is things that I love to do.
Amazing. Well, in that way, we're kind of celebrating the wins. And I know we've been talking a lot about that and promoting that. But thank you for your comme ci, comme ça reflection. Grant's on the call. We're just going to check in with you, friend. How are you today?
Yeah, good morning, Mark. Good morning, Rafil. Hello, everybody. So good. It's such an interesting thing, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. And as you know, I became a father this year.
Yes.
And I've read all of the stuff about how when a baby cries, your stress, your hormones, they just go mad, right? And it's so interesting. I was like super chilled here. We were cool. I was ready for this. And then she started crying in the next room, and I just sat in this sort of like mindful moment of like, it's just amazing how the body reacts to this thing, right? Like so violently. It's like you just want to go, you want to help, you want to try to do everything. It's just really interesting. So if you asked me 10 minutes ago, I would have told you that I'm really, really chilled. And then all of a sudden, just like the cortisol goes up, the adrenaline goes up, the noradrenaline goes up. It's like you're in fight or flight mode immediately. So I thought I'd give you complete honest response. By the way, she was just hungry, so she's eating and she's fine. But
That's good.
it's just really interesting, right? But besides that, yeah, really, really happy to be here. Really excited to share the space with you. Like you say, Mark, it's interesting. We work together, us three, for those of you obviously that know us, but we don't see each other much, and we actually don't work together. So, you know, we don't have an office together. We don't. So it's kind of like we are colleagues, but we don't see each other that much. And so actually sharing the space with each other is a real privilege and an honor, and it's really, really cool. And I'm very excited to be here. So.
Thanks, Granty and little Koa. I'm actually quite jealous because I'm very broody, but I'm too old now at the age of 53. And Grant's got a baby, and Rafiel's got a baby, and I don't have a baby, so I'm the odd one out.
You can come babysit at any time, especially when she's crying.
I'll check my calendar and get back to you. Thank
Cheers.
you.
We won't trust you with a baby with those teeth, Mark. You might give the baby too many sweets.
You are right.
Absolutely. And in case you were wondering what Rafiel is talking about, there's my December teeth. I'm trying to stay single. So when I walk on the beach, because I've got such a hot body, I've got to try and, make myself look a little bit more ugly. Just kidding, guys. Oh, it feels so cool to have you with us, Grant and Rafiel, and doing our end of the year special class.
Mark, how are you?
How am I? I'm actually feeling incredibly high. I must say, I had this idea of trying to
Sorry,
get
just open you say the couriers in the area?
sorry, we've got someone microphone there.
Mind your own business. She's not talking to you. Answer my question.
My son is coming with me on holiday, and we just confirmed it like literally 5 minutes ago, because his mom said it was fine. So he's joining me on the beach. We're leaving Saturday morning, and I'm just so happy. Like it just made my day. So I know, like, there's a lot of people on the call that are parents. When we talk about kids and babies and challenges and getting ready for the holidays, you know the pain. But I know there's a lot of fur baby parents as well on the call, and I'll tell you what, my cat gives me just as much stress as my son. So it's a beautiful thing to have that kind of responsibility. I was thinking, for me, it's like sitting with old friends around a fire on the beach, and it's a sunset, and we're having a sundowner or a cool drink, and just kind of checking in with each other and having that conversation. And I mean, the beach is kind of my happy place. Like really, I lived in India for a while, and almost every evening we would have a little fire on the beach, and we'd sit around and we'd play guitar or drums or talk and that kind of thing. And it was really special times. And that's kind of my little happy place. Oh, thank you, Kitumetse. Absolutely. So I thought we could have a little, what do they call it? A little indaba here by the fire, and maybe check in with everybody. Where's your happy place? Are you going to your happy place in the next week or two, or when you close your eyes and you visualize something that's really awesome? Where is it? What is your happy place? And I thought maybe we could just check in there, because it doesn't actually matter if you're not going away. You can always go to that happy place in your mind. Like last night, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I just started imagining the perfect place. It doesn't exist, but in my mind it does. It's like a little mandala practice that I do, and I just go through it, and then it calms me down, puts a smile on my face, and before I know it, I'm fast asleep. So I guess, even if you haven't been there, maybe it's a place that you think of in your imagination. Maybe you want to share with us. Rafiel, where's your happy place? The paddle court.
Yes, top 3 for sure. But I would really say, I mean, places that bring me the most calm and cool would be mountains and waterfalls. So that would definitely be like a happy place for. I mean, I'm a Mosotho girl. Mountains are what we have. It's what we do. And so anything mountains, it just gives me not just a sense of emotional and spiritual elevation, but when you climb the top of the mountain, the perspective that you get The view that you get, what you see from there is always quite special. And I love any flow of water from like waterfalls. It's always so lush around waterfalls. So that's definitely second to the paddle court, my happy place.
Stunning. Well, I'm going to Machuba's Kloof soon, so that's a beautiful mountain place with lots of forests and rivers. Yeah, I'm going to make you jealous and send you photographs. Granty, where would your happy place be? Is it a real place or imagined?
So you actually stole my line, because I was going to say it's also the paddle court, except when I'm playing against Refilwe. so every other time it's fine, but then when I'm playing against her,
she's good. She's good,
man. She smashes us.
Never mind. Grant is like a pro. I mean, I'm the odd one out. Like, I don't have a baby, and I'm not a great paddle player, so I'm really feeling out here.
Oh no. You know what? I love this question because it's so interesting. Like, where's your happy place? And I'm going to answer it slightly differently. But the moment I am trying to understand something, to learn something, to unpack something, it's where like I find this incredible joy. And it's only been the last sort of like 2 years where I've tried to hone in on this thing as being like, what is the thing that brings me this amount of joy? Like, can I sit and read something and try to unpack it, try to understand it, try to write about it, try to create perspective from it? So it's not so much a physical place as it is sort of like a mental place. And I find it to be the place where I feel really good. I feel at home. I feel like I'm sort of living my meaning and my purpose.
That must be the nerdiest answer I've ever heard. Just kidding.
Well, he's soon going to be Dr. Grant and not for medicine. So it doesn't get nerdier than that.
So true.
No, we love you for it, Granty. We really do. No, really, I get that. I also feel a great sense of, it's so interesting that you brought that in, because it's so abstract, but so real and so true. You know, that's your happy place. Such a lateral answer. I love it. And Nadine saying it's fruit and veg garden. You see, that's not going to cost a lot of money, right? And you're actually saving, you're growing your organic veg. How amazing, Nadine. Cecilia's got the beach going on, Fortune, a concert or a show. Oh my gosh. I just went to see Chicago recently at Monty. It's really good, guys, if you want to go and see something good. Kumatsile's mountains are happy. Also like Refilwe, they're calm and healing. Kanya, also mountains and waterfalls. To me, lounge with the family, kids, laughter, good music, background like Isaac J. Cole. Wow. Jeffrey Osborne, Marinda Beach, Jacqueline, home. Again, saving money big time there. The warmth that my kids give me when arriving home, and the dogs wiggle their tails. How amazing is that? Like a little sanctuary that is your happy place. Jabulile, shalom. Grateful for the gift of life, right? And the unwavering opportunity of family. Every day I appreciate the chance to grow, connect, contribute. I do not take these blessings for granted. Ketu, yeah, water, beach, river, waterfall, anything with water, feeding peace, feeding spirits. Karabo, hiking. A lot more people hiking these days, which is really interesting. Birds singing. Waza next week. Absolutely, waza. The treadmill. Oh my goodness, Lebogang. Yeah, there's something there, right? Go girl. Arlene, the beach, forestry, lots of foresty things. Fantasy world. It's got to be Pandora from Avatar. Oh, wow. Okay. And there's a new Avatar film coming out, right? Part 3. Incredible story. Molisi, sports field, soccer, cricket, nice. Love participating in sports activities. Mabale, happy places, home with the kids. You know, that's got to be the best one. So blessed. Roshini, with the kids and the fur babies. Anna Marie's camping. Selfie, home with the kids. Love it. The seaside. Talking of seaside, check this picture. I mean, I think this is probably the Maldives. I don't know. Like, I don't even know where this is. I just thought it was pretty cool. I see myself definitely hanging out on that first island. There's got to be some cool stuff to do there. And interestingly enough, I came across this quote, and Refilwe is going to really moan at me because I don't know who the author is, Refilwe. I don't. I'm sorry. I know you're passionate about. I tried to find the author, but sadly I couldn't. But it's a great quote. Attract what attract what you expect, reflect what you desire, become what you respect, and mirror what you admire. And I don't know about you guys, but I just kind of like to say these things over and over again. And it just says so much about 2025 and then going into the new year. So maybe what is your mantra? I'm still seeing here. William was saying, always in the garden, world slows down. Seaside, Refilwe, the only camp you'll ever is a camp space. Oh my gosh. And if Adrian has his way, he'll have you in the tidal pool for 30 minutes at 6 degrees temperature. Have you guys done that? Did you do that cold water plunge there? No. Okay. All right. So we're looking at the Wheel of Life. This is a very famous coaching tool. In fact, I've been using it for a couple of years, and I went on YouTube and I couldn't believe how many videos are talking about this, relating to this. And there's like a couple of pizza pie quadrants. Okay. And please, guys, never ever put pineapple on pizza. Okay, it's just insane. Like anybody that does that has to definitely go for therapy, and reach out to me. I will help you as best I can. We will all help you, because it's a mental illness. But sorry, I'm just kidding. You know me. Love. Okay, see, here we go. All the comments. There we go. All right.
I'm totally team pineapple, by the way.
Are you? Oh, don't get it.
Hawaiian used to be my favorite pizza when I was growing up.
Yeah, it's my mom. I just don't get it. Like mixing.
Me and your mom.
Mixing pastry with fruit.
So
I
good.
suppose like apple pie. The Dutch are very good with that. They put fruit with bread. It just makes me fart.
Oh God. This guy.
No, it really does. Gives me bad wind. But I mean, I thought maybe what we could do is just reflect on these quadrants. And I'm going to ask my colleagues to join me in maybe like I'm going to just get them to be a bit more personal, and open up a little, because they always do, but now it's just more of a personal chat. And I'm going to challenge them, because maybe there's one thing that you want to let go of, okay, that didn't serve you very well in 2025. And then one thing that went really well. And speaking of letting go, yeah, let it go. There we go. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Done. Refilwe, I mean, Maz must have loved this movie. She's probably played it like a million times.
Oh, she sings the song at the top of her voice. I probably know every word.
She surely does. Every little girl has definitely watched the Frozen movie and just falls in love with Elsa and put the special teeth in while singing. Benjamin, that's going to cost you big money.
Benjamin also needs therapy.
Show me the money. Show me the money. Okay. So yeah, let's as I'm always going first, ladies first, right? Ladies first. I'm gonna reflect on the first pizza pie slice, health and fitness. And I can tell you, I know the answer to this one. Refilwe, how has your year been in terms of this health and fitness quadrant? 1 out of 10. What rating would you give yourself in terms of a number?
I would probably say 9.
A 9. Wow.
Yeah, and the reason I say 9 is I've always been the kind of person, I'm not like really gym reps kind of person, but I find ways to exercise in ways that I enjoy. And you'll know, Mark, that I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a Bikram yoga teacher. I teach hot yoga. And for probably about 17 years, that was my go-to, amongst other things. I've always been quite athletic. But I love paddle. I'm finding myself, let me tell you an example. One day, and Grant will understand what this means, I played at Netset in Sandton, and I got off the court and I wanted another game. So I got onto the Playtomic app and I found a game in Lenasia. So I drove to Lenasia to play another game immediately after. And I found another game in Omondi. And I drove to Omondi immediately after. So it really is about that enjoyment. Another thing that I've been doing is tap dancing. I was a ballerina for many years, and I think I've told you the story before, is that after my mom passed away, I found this quote that said, when your heart is breaking, fall in love with something new. And I'd always wanted to do tap dancing and never did tap dancing. So I started tap dancing, and the consistency really helps. In fact, I'm doing my first tap dancing exam next year.
Oh, wow. Well, please send us the invite so we can all come along and support you.
No, Mark, it's private. Thanks. Thanks.
You see, this is why we don't see each other much, everyone. But thank you, Refiloe. Tap dancing, paddle, your health has been good. I'm glad to hear it.
And just one more thing about paddle is that because it's in a game setup, you never ever can say that I can't go and play, because there's 3 other people you're letting down.
Yeah.
So the motivation is always there, because it's not just about you.
Yeah, you got to show up, right? Even if you just
show up.
Yeah, well done. I love it. And it's what a game. And, Adrian Jacobs, the founder of Mindful Revolution, has really dived deeply into the pedal industry and put some Netset pedal courts all over the place. I should have worn my cap, but yeah, it's a great venture. Granty, I know that you're a famous pedal player as well. You play often. Would you consider that as part of your health and fitness for this year, and anything else around that pizza slice?
So one of the things I did want to say just before I answer your question is you introduced us to this tool last year. I had seen it that you sort of sent something through on a mail, and I had a look at it, and I really loved this. And in the beginning of the year, because of you, I had a look at this and I said to myself, okay, what do I want to achieve in each of these? And so I would encourage everyone to have a look at this tool and really just listen to us, but reflect on your own and then use it, because it is such a great way of bringing about all of these different things that then provide us with, and if we look holistically at mental well-being, it's all there, right? Everything is there. All the research, everything says to us, if we can move towards something in all of these quadrants, we win. So thank you, Mark. I want to thank you for this tool. I want to thank you for the opportunity to reflect on it. And I think I've had one of my favorite years over the long while because of this tool. Because I had put this down and I'd said, I'm going to work on these things. I'm going to continuously work on these things every week. And so I appreciate you. And then maybe to go back and answer your question. So it's interesting because I don't like running. I don't like going to gym. I like this fitness thing just sucks, right? It's like every time I've tried to run, it sucks. It's like, it's going to the gym. I don't like it. Like, it's just like, and I know how important it is. So I've been like really worried about finding something that I actually enjoy, like going to do something that I actually enjoy. And I think that has absolutely been the answer to this fitness thing, is you've got to try to find something that you enjoy, because otherwise it's just really hard, right? And no matter how much I could try to convince myself that going to gym was the right thing to do, and I just could never do it that often because I just disliked it so much. I found this little racket sport that we call paddle, and I've fallen in love with it. And I think like, I'll give you a stupid example, but for the first time in like forever, my Vitality fitness score is diamond, right? Because like I got there, and it's literally because of this thing. So for me, it's like finding a thing that works, that you love, falling in love with it. I think to Refiloe's point, there's something about the community environment of it. And so, maybe fitness classes where there's a community or there's people and you're also held accountable. I think that also helps a little bit too. So all of that for me has just been great. So yeah, I'm just going to give myself diamond status because that's where I am for health and fitness this year.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a celebration of a win big time. And I mean, there's so much that Grant's saying about the paddle, because it's not just an isolated, like going. I mean, I remember Grant before he became this paddle pro, and he was the kind of guy, like if he felt like exercising, he would lie down and wait for the feeling to pass.
Correct.
You know, he had absolutely no interest in exercise whatsoever. So it's like, I don't even know this guy anymore, you know.
His favorite yoga pose would have been Savasana, right? Like that guy.
You have no idea. And for those of you that don't know, that's the dead man's pose at the end of yoga, where you just lie.
Lie and relax.
You have no idea.
Mark, I think we have a hand up.
Yeah, who's there?
I couldn't resist giving a comment on that. I actually discovered Jump Fit.
Oh,
Have
yes.
you guys ever done
Bounty.
Jump Fit?
Like
It's
Bounty.
for the kids who always like to jump in a bed. That's the right exercise for them for the rest of their lives. I mean, I became completely addicted. I'm jumping with like this group of people. They're all awesome, and we all just jump. It's almost like dancing a little bit. Go try it.
Oh, so it's
New
not on a
addiction.
trampoline, Voter.
Wow, that's
Yeah, it's
pretty
on these
cool.
little trampolines. They call it rebounders. Yeah.
Yes. Vanessa
Yes.
David
it's-
from APSA is actually an instructor.
Oh,
Bounty.
I don't know.
Yes.
Just go give it a spin. You'll be surprised. No,
Awesome.
I heard good stuff about paddle as well, but you kind of have to choose between the two, I think.
Oh, you can do both. Balance.
Yeah,
So, I
it's
mean-
going to be difficult to balance.
Voter,
Amazing.
Voter, I popped your name in on this wheel, and the whole reason is because if we hear your voice and engage, like we're going to ask the question, what was your pizza slice for health like this year? And if anybody wants to add and we hear your voice, we're gonna pop your name into this this wheel, and you've got a chance to win a book. Also, you are more than welcome to. Yeah, Voter.
I went from couch potato, basically overweight, to having a six-pack in a year.
Oh my! In a year.
Yeah, I mean, I never had a six-pack in my entire life. I'm 44, and this is the best condition I've ever been in.
That
I'm
is
like
amazing.
super proud. It's like, yeah, go try it. So I'll say it's full. It's probably full. I had to bring it back in because I got a shoulder injury.
Ah,
So, yeah, that also happens.
fantastic, Voter. Wow, what a great story! It
Amazing.
just shows you, right?
I've gone the other way. I've gone from being super fit to like just starting out running again.
Okay. But that's good, right? I mean, you know, we it's the same thing. I mean, it all happens to all of us. We get into something, we're good at it, and then we fall off the wagon, and you know. But it's I mean, resilience is really about like how you come back, and if you bounce back like that, then that's really cool, isn't it?
I like how you use bounce back whilst we're talking about trampolines, Mark. Nice.
Hey, fixated.
So let's just see. So I'm just going to add wheel of, because that screen somehow disappeared. So we got Vote and we got Jamie. Jamie contributed. So I'm going to pop Jamie's name into our little wheel. Awesome. Okay.
Later, we should actually contribute more and get more entries in.
For sure. We're going to have fun right at the end. We're going to spin the wheel and see who wins the prize. But thank you, Jamie, for and listen, wishing you the best of luck, friend. Keep going. Hey?
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's Taryn.
Hi.
Hi. So my son started doing calisthenics 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and he's actually at a competition level in that. And because of what he's been doing, it's actually inspired me to start exercising.
Uh-huh.
So I've been taking my dogs for a walk. So I've got 4 dogs, and I take each one around the block. So it gives me about 2 Ks of walking. And that,
Amazing.
so the dogs love that. It's just we got Rottweilers, so they too strong to walk them together.
Yeah, they'll take you for a walk, right?
Yes.
Thanks, Tarquin. I appreciate it. Amazing. Loving the stories of upping our game in terms of wellness. Let's look at the next one. Relationships, family. There's no more hands up. Okay. Family and friends. Also, like I think Refilwick, Grant, and I, over the last couple of years have really, really understood the importance of having good connections, whether they be family, friends, colleagues at work. It seems to me, guys, that, I don't know how you feel, but it's like almost like the number one ingredient for wellness, isn't it? Rafiel, how would you rate this one out of 10 for you?
I think for me, this one is quite layered. I think the older I get, I realize how relationships evolve. And definitely at a certain point in my life, friendships would have been like 100%, then family time, not so much, etc. But certainly with a brand new little one, I would say that my friendships have sort of taken a back seat this year. Not that I don't see my friends, but the connections are a lot more infrequent. We don't have as much lunches, getting together. In fact, the other day I forgot my best friend. We've been best friends for 35 years. Her name is Amy, and I forgot her birthday. It's never happened. So I have not been an amazing friend this year. Just balancing the demands of obviously like professional life, obviously new family life, obviously home partnerships, relationships, raising children at different stages, etc. So from the family perspective, I'd probably say about an 8. Relationship perspective, I'd probably say about a 9. But from a friend's perspective, I'd probably have to give myself like a 3.
Oh, wow. Well, that makes sense. I mean, you obviously priorities for your child definitely comes first. And I guess forgetting a friend's birthday, these are the things that we have to forgive ourselves for, right? And move on. Yeah.
But the balance of it is that many of my friends are in the same stage as well. So there's a lot of forgiveness that happens all round.
Yeah. Well, if there's one person that knows, it's Grant. He just, earlier was quite vulnerable about telling us little Koa was crying, and it really does upset the mind and it puts us into that place. Grant, did you find it's also changed your life in terms of your friendships and the things that you do socially?
Yeah. I think also it's an interesting thing, because one of the things that myself and my partner had to really focus on is we want to bring our child up in a village, and it is beyond important to us, and part of that is layered in the sense that also she needs a lot of feminine energy, she needs a lot of feminine care and love, and so this is also really important to us. And so it's actually interesting, because our aim over the last 6 months then is to really focus on family and friends, and to make sure that becomes the thing that that sort of like her narrative, and that was the aim from the beginning. So it's interesting, because I've kind of felt like I've actually become a lot closer to my friends and my family over the last 6 months. Also, it's pretty cool to see how a little one brings a family together again, right? And that sometimes I get a little bit sad about the fact that it did take a little baby to do that, which is again a little bit layered, but you know what I mean? Like, you can just see that there's such an incredible energy that comes with that, and such an incredible love. So I've worked really hard at my relationships with my family and my friends, so that this little one can grow up in a village. Saying that, I think one of the things that I've also had to learn to do this year, and I would give myself a 2 out of 10 for doing this, but I'm getting better at it, is that I think it's taken me a long time to genuinely learn, and I know this is going to sound a little bit funny, but genuinely learn how to accept other people for everything that they are, and have no need to want to change them.
Wow.
And I think, and again, I say no need, because it still comes up, right?
Yeah,
it still comes up, and that's part of my personality. It's a trait that I don't like about myself. It's a trait that I find to be particularly arrogant and particularly probably even hypocritical. But I'm really trying really hard to love you for who you are, and I'm not talking about the abusive part. I'm not talking about the boundaries part. I'm just talking about, like, I just need to accept you for everything.
Sure.
And I'm not great at that yet. But that's going to be my 2026. My 2026 real work is like just to love you for all of you and your nonsense and your not nonsense and because it's not nonsense, it's you. It's fully you, and that's just my own projections, really. It's just my own issues that I have, right? So that's the thing I'm going to work really hard on with family and friends next year.
Did we get so
Breaking
it
up a bit, yeah.
reminds me of that song by John Legend. All of me loves all of you. You
Yeah,
know,
I love that.
all of you loves all of me, and I guess it's all my little warts and
Teeth.
things and funny teeth. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's such a beautiful thing to then try and work on. And dear friends, if you've got a pen and paper and you want to draw a circle, or even if you don't not good at drawing circles and that, you can just write down the headings and give yourself a number, because it really is a mindful exercise and awareness that we can then decide to work on some stuff as we go into the next year. Jamie, you got your hand up. Did you want to contribute something there?
Yeah. This mainly goes out to Rafael and Grant. Take stock every 5 years, and you kind of go into another segment, okay, with kids and all that growing up. Grant, Mark, I'm not leaving you out. It's just you said that you got an older kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Jamie.
Thank you so much
Beautiful.
for that, Jamie. Yeah. And I think
Yeah.
also for me, the new baby has been a completely different experience because, as Grant talks about his family, I haven't had my parents around for this baby. So it's quite a lot of negotiating. And yeah, so it's been a very interesting experience. But I love what you're saying, Jamie. It's so crucial that we take stock, because what we have today, we may not necessarily have tomorrow. And taking stock is all we can do, because those moments become what is priceless.
So true. So true. Absolutely. Thanks, Rafael, Jamie. Anybody want to join in and maybe unmute and just tell us, did you have a negative year with your relationships, or perhaps there was something that really was good and worked out for you? Would love to hear you, and obviously I'm going to put your name on the spinning wheel. Bota, I'm not going to put your name in again, but you're welcome to come.
Yeah, no, I kind of had the opposite one. I mean,
Okay.
this year was like, I'm starting to think about it as renewing, because my whole family structure fell flat.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was absolutely a terrible year for family for me. I mean, my wife started working for my family, and you should never have your wife work for your family, ever. I mean, essentially, I lost my family and my wife.
Yeah.
But we'll work through this. We'll see how it works.
I have a similar story. My wife started working for her family, and it actually was also the cause of our separation. I feel
It's
your
not
pain.
good.
It's not
Yeah.
good. It's not good. But yeah, I'm sorry for that. But thank you for being vulnerable enough and open enough for sharing your pain, and where it didn't work. Mary, you've got your hand up, and I'm going to add you to the spinning wheel. Would you like to come in and tell us yours?
Yes, please. Good morning, colleagues.
Good morning.
I was quite intentional about friendships. I have been a loner for an undefined period of time, and it was due to personal choices to which Refilwe spoke to. It was more around focusing on family and I'm in a season in my life where I am seeing the value of having friendships, right? And
Yeah.
friends that are supportive of your craft and what you believe in and that are also honest. So yeah, this was a year whereby I was quite intentional about that. And my friend is on this call. And yeah, we have almost monthly check-ins where we just go out and just hang out and not necessarily speak about work, but just lift each other up. And that has been quite a journey for me, because I was quite skeptical of being open and vulnerable about myself outside of work. And she was quite open, and we have been able to have quite robust conversations. We're building each other up. We study buddies, we exercise together. So,
Beautiful.
from an accountability point of view, also, she was quite pivotal in my friendship building journey for 2026. And yeah, big outs to her. She knows who
Incredible.
she is.
Incredible. Oh, is she on the call?
Yes, she is.
Oh, that is so sweet. Look at that. A colleague and a dear friend and a life-changing connection. How beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Mary. Tarquin, you've got your hand up. Come on in, friend. Yeah? No? Okay. Wow, I love that story, don't you guys? That's so beautiful.
Hi, sorry, I was on mute.
Oh,
So
sorry, Tarquin.
for us, the difference was mine and my husband's marriages moved to the next phase of our marriage, where it's life after kids. So both our boys basically not officially have moved out, but the youngest went to varsity in Potch, and the eldest one is away a lot from home because he's a drone pilot. So he's like home for a little bit, but because he does more night shifts, we don't really see him and everything. So yeah, it's it's a new chapter in our lives in that, and we're working quite hard at like basically rediscovering ourselves and just what's the next phase in that. Yeah, and then also my husband's health is not so great, so he's got a shunt in his brain. So it had quite a few tests and everything at the beginning of the year, but things seem to be looking better for him at the moment.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's better news, Tarquin.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. It's so refreshing for people to just be so open, even about the painful stuff. And obviously, the boys leaving a bit of an empty nest kind of syndrome. But you're sounding positive, and I'm hopeful that your 2026 is going to be a much better year, Tarquin.
Yes, I'm also hoping. Thanks.
We've got another one. Wow, everyone's like really engaged today. It's so cool. We're not going to get through all the quadrants, right? So you just keep going and ticking off what you would, what numbers you'd give yourself, and reflect as we are. Michelle, lovely. Please come on in, Michelle. Lovely to hear from you.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So I'm stuck on your image. Okay, because I was thinking about what Jamie said, 5 years evaluate, and I was looking at this image, and in reality, I think my year's been somewhat busy. So these numbers for me have literally changed month to month this year.
Wow.
And because I have teenage kids, they've been going through stuff. So I've been focusing a lot there. And then I realized there's stuff going on in my career. And then I have to go and refocus there. So I can't even fill this thing in because it's literally been changing based on the issues that's been popping up. And I guess what I want to say as well is now at closer to the end of the year, what I am realizing is that my support system is bigger than I thought, because people are picking up that, I'm not okay. I'm not saying it, but they obviously know me well enough. So I'm getting calls from family members. I'm getting messages from friends, just checking in. So you don't realize how big your support system is. You feel alone, but you are actually not. If you just open up to people, you don't have to tell your whole life story. A little bit, just I'm not okay, I'm struggling a little bit. That's enough. People are inviting me for coffee, saying, come and have a massage with me, come and do, it's just interesting how big your support system is, and
Absolutely.
You don't realize it. So I just wanted to share that.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. I just wanted to ask Refilwe a question. Refilwe, do you think that this could be a difficult time of the year, for people? I mean, I'm hearing what Michelle's saying about having this incredible support system, but it's a tough time, don't you think, for a lot of people?
Look, I think, yes, I mean, definitely. And I think just to add to what Michelle is saying is that it's not a year that's difficult. It's many moments within the year that are difficult. And I guess, Mark, what you're relating this to is people who've experienced loss and grief and lost parents, lost even finances. I know one of the quadrants is finances, because even Merry Christmas does not feel so merry when your financial status doesn't allow you to show up in the way that you would want to. And I guess that's the topic of grief. It's not just about people. It's about loss of health. It's about loss of finances. It's about loss of relationships, losing your partner and your family at the same time because of a job opportunity, etc. So I think it's so important that even when we think in the context of grief, it's not just losing someone significant in your life. It's a loss of circumstance. or loss of a particular comfort that you once had. So yes, difficult time, but I think many times are difficult. And this is why we do this work, to help us in moments, not in the deep dives of the years.
Beautiful. Beautiful, to help us in those moments. What a brilliant reflection that everything is changing so much that it's very difficult for me to kind of give a solid number to any of these quadrants. That's really interesting. I'm going to invite Nazo. Nazo, please come in and share your story with us. You're going on the wheel as well. Are you on? Here we go.
Good morning. Thanks, Mark. I think
right onto
when I
Blackwood
saw
Street, R42.
that can't be me. Should be someone else. Definitely
Okay.
someone else.
I'll
But anyhow,
take
I
it.
think looking at the wheel and everything that it represents, I thought I should just speak on my end, specifically on relationships, family, and friends, right? I was actually having a conversation with my sister just last night, and we're having a conversation about, this year and how it almost feels like 2024 moved from bad to worse in 2025. It's almost like you went from bad to point not and stuff. And we were having the conversation, and we said, the crazy thing is, regardless of everything that has come down to us, which is loss of family members, like a lot of family members this year and last year has just been two terrible years for us and our family, and regardless of like my sisters, my two sisters losing jobs, but there's also been so much light, and I think when we're having the conversation, I even say to her, when it's this time of the year, you need to try find the beauty in the chaos. You need to understand that, okay, so much has been going wrong, and as much as so much has been going wrong, but what's the beauty that has, happened? My sister, when she lost her job, I remember we were so devastated about it, and we're thinking, oh no, not at this point, and so forth. But at the same breath, she had registered part-time, to do a second degree, and the way God and spirituality work is that God sometimes throws in chaos, but there's so much beauty because now she's done with her qualification and so forth. And I just want to say to the guys, when you are reflecting, remember there's beauty in the chaos. You just need to find the nuggets.
Wow.
Thanks,
What a positive message. Granty, I know you talk a lot about reframing. Would you say this is a classic example of reframing that Nazo's just given us?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, Nazo, it's a very powerful thing, right? I think we underestimate the power of being able to, and I kind of like to think of it like this, sorry, just to interrupt my own thinking. It's like thoughts, they're there, they exist, they're cool, they are either useful or not, they are either reasonable or not, they are either truthful or not. And the problem is that we get caught up in them as always being truthful, always being reasonable, always being helpful. And that's not necessarily the case. And the ability just to look at them and then, to your point, Mark, to be able to say to ourselves, okay, cool, I'm actually not going to follow that. I'm not going to get hooked onto that. I'm rather going to get hooked onto a new thought, something that's going to move me forward, something that's going to move me towards wherever it is that I need to be. Sure. And so it's really powerful. I also just, if you don't mind, wanted to just answer Mary's question, because this wheel is a really interesting thing. I like to think of it like a car's dashboard. So when you're driving your car's working, right? And all of these things are like the wheels and the oil and the water, they're all there, and the car's going, and then every now and again a little light comes on the dashboard, and that's the thing that you have to concentrate on. So you have to go and you have to fill the car up with oil now, right? And then once you fill the car up with oil, you let it go, because this can be very overwhelming in the sense that if you're thinking every day that I've got to look at all of these quadrants and continuously work on them, it's a good idea to use it as a dashboard, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, and see where you're at. So give yourself a little bit of scores and say, okay, this week I'm actually going to fill up the oil. So this week is about friendships and relationships. That's what I'm going to work on today. Everything else is cool. It's humming well. I'm doing well, because just like a car, you don't go in and check the oil every day, so it's like just have a look and use this thing. Okay, this month I'm really going to focus on my finances. I've been really rubbish at this. I'm going to focus on my finances because everything else is humming. Everything else is good. It's there and thereabouts. And so for me, that's how I like to use it. I'm not saying that that's the right way to use it, but I like to use it like that. It's like a little bit of a dashboard. Otherwise, you just get so overwhelmed, right? It's like everything's got to be an 8 out of 10 all the time, and that's not true. The car's going to run out of oil. There's going to be some times where things are not going to be so lacquer, and then we're going to have to focus on those things that week, that month, and then everything else just kind of hums in the background.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I suppose we can't just tackle everything at once. We've got to prioritize, and that just really puts it into perspective for me. Thank you for that reflection. Gloria's got her hand up, and I'd like to invite Gloria in to share something that's on your mind, perhaps, Gloria?
Hi, thanks, Mark.
Yes, of course.
Yes,
Hi.
I think for myself, 2025, it felt, I suppose, as Ravi always says, the moments, more than the entire year, felt turbulence. Like I had my fair share of challenges, in I suppose work and business quadrants. But I think like other quadrants, like my spirituality and like personal growth, sort of balanced the wheel as such. So it didn't like tipple over. Yeah. So it's almost like a spinning top. So it didn't just collapse. Yeah.
So are you saying that some of the quadrants actually became more bigger and positive and actually started to affect the other quadrants in a good way?
In a good way, to balance the entire thing. Yeah.
Fantastic. So by focusing on one, it can have an influence on other. That's also very, very important. I like that. Mabale, I would like to invite you in as well. Come on in, friend. How are you?
Good morning, colleagues. I'm well, and I hope you're all well. Just a word of gratitude to you guys, Refilwe. This is definitely a will that will keep me focused. And just to share a bit, in terms of spirituality, when my children were young, I used to put some verses in their school bags, like your Psalm 23. And now my child is an adult. She will pop me a verse and she will add a song to say, Mama, listen to the song. And when you listen to the words, you realize what you've sown in the child, and now it's kind of you're reaping it, and it gives a sense of satisfaction and a sense of saying, you know what, God has been good. God has been with me on this journey. So I also challenged myself this year to practice gratitude, not only practice it, but live with gratitude. Every day when I wake up, I find something to be grateful for. And I challenge myself also to say thank you as my first words when I wake up in the morning. So it's been good. I'm in the 12th month and I'm doing it every day. And and I'm grateful for these sessions. I so wish this business could give us more, but whatever they're giving, we are grateful. Be grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And the seeds you sow, may you reap. By the sounds of us planting the most amazing seeds. Listen, guys, if you are here, you are definitely smashing the personal growth quadrant. And by supporting these sessions, by joining these sessions, you are definitely being supportive of that. Just before I jump back to Jamie, I wanted to ask Refilwe, was there something that stood out for you this year in terms of content that blew your mind? Like when you started to put something together, you were like, wow, this was awesome. I loved this session that I delivered. Is there anything that sort of, I know my favorite one, but I want to hear yours.
No, I must be honest, there hasn't been. I think what I was probably more, I mean, I won't say blown away, Mark. I'm a little bit more modest than you are. But is just who I've become in not just delivering our content. I mean, we speak about the support that we've been able to lend to people. I just wrote something in reflection of the COVID period, etc. I mean, Mark, this has meant so much for us. And who we've become in the process of having to put together the content and having to deliver things that we don't necessarily know how to navigate or get through. But, just being not even a light, but just like a little candle that sometimes gets blown out, but you light it again and blown out and light it again is, it's who I've become. And I'm very grateful for that. And I'm very grateful for all the people that show up here, because they may think that they're showing up for themselves, but you have no idea how many tough moments you guys have gotten each and every one of us through. The fact that we have to show up and put this together and deliver content and do it with high spirits and resilience. And we thank you. You have no idea what you've helped us to become. And we owe you our gratitude.
Wow. I say I've got a bit of a tear in my eye. Beautiful.
Oh, me too.
Granty, is there any sort of special session that you can reflect on that you really loved, or the content that you found exciting and just love to deliver it?
I will say that I don't want to lose how beautifully Refiloe put that. And I can only echo it from every side of me. So to everyone on this call, to everyone at ABSA, to everyone that allows us to do this work and be a part of your lives, to be a part of this community is just incredible. And it's thank you all so much. I kind of just want to leave it at that gratitude, because I think Refiloe did such a great job at doing that. And I want to try to echo that a little bit. So yeah, the opportunity to be a part of this is just so special. So thank you all very, very much. And I hope that your December is great, but your 2026 is even greater. The best year you've ever had. And it's not going to come without crisis. It's not going to come without problems. It's not going to come. There's going to be waves and waves and waves of all of it, because that's the human condition, right? But as long as we get better at navigating the waves, as long as we keep on moving forward, that's kind of where it's all we get to do. So yeah, thank you, Mark, thank you, Refiloe, and thank you everybody else. I know that we have to jump off quickly, and Mark, you're going to be left with a beautiful wheel.
I'm going to do the wheel.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, Grant. Good luck with your next session. Heartwarming, beautiful sentiment. And yeah, Refiloe, your words, got just such an incredible way of expressing from the heart. So, dear friends, we have come to that time where we're going to spin the wheel for a winner. And I just want to say you're all champions. Everybody that's on the call, whether you engage with us or not, thank you. These are just some of the people that were, a bit more open and vulnerable and sharing their story. And I'm going to wish them well and see who's the winner. Here we go. Let's click to spin. Ooh, it's Tarquin. Look at that. Well done, Tarquin. That's really cool.
Thank you so much.
I'm so happy for you. And you were exceptionally engaged, so thank you for that. I'm going to pop my email address in the chat, and I want you to just contact me, and I'll take you through the motions for you winning a lovely book of your choice. And it better not be the Encyclopedia Britannica, but something that you can enjoy. You can enjoy on the holidays. Refiloe, thank you so much for being here with me, my partner, and to everybody that joined these sessions. I'm wishing you a beautiful festive season, happy holidays, and please be safe. And don't give up doing the work. If you started your running, or you reading and you meditating and you working and you planting those seeds, don't stop. Keep going, because we're just going to plant a better future for ourselves in 2026. Sending you much, much love and heartfelt wishes. Thank you to Kita Metse and to Mbali and all the wellness friends that we work so closely with throughout the year to make these sessions happen. We are so grateful. It's not easy to make these things happen. Behind the scenes, we work hard. So well done, team. Well done, everybody. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Soon. Enjoy.
Take care, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Enjoy your festive
Thanks,
season.
Mark.
Thank you.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
Priscilla.